Good morning, everybody. Governor, you said it best. It is difficult being the first, but you know all about that, right? We are thankful to all of you for joining us today. Thank you, Governor, for your leadership on this issue. Thank you, members of the legislature, Liz Kruger, our champion on this issue, Amanda Hiller, Department of Tax and Finance, the investigators on the ground, all the elected officials who've supported this, but also those who in their capacity have helped us to make this a reality. DA Gonzalez, I appreciate you as well for your support on this. You know, we have now spent the last 18 months building something that has never existed before, building a market that is centered on small businesses, on small family farms, and on those who were previously impacted by past policies. This has been a challenge, to say it lightly, but what we found and continue to be encouraged by is the stories like Osbert's, the stories of entrepreneurs who have been impacted, but who didn't let that conviction become their story, did not let that interaction become their story. We have so many operators now throughout the supply chain who have found themselves impacted by a cannabis conviction, but still went out to build successful businesses, went out to start family farms, et cetera, and who are now counting on the state to make good on this promise to do something different. And we're doing that. We're doing it every day. Now, I know that for many of you who've followed me or have worked with me in the past in the advocacy world, this announcement of a law enforcement action is kind of weird, speaking about how long we've spent fighting against past policies. But I want to really emphasize the fact that this is a different moment, this is a different day, and this is a different approach. Our focus started with notice. Our focus started with communicating to these illicit operators on the consequences of their action, the impact of their desire to be non-compliant, and now that we've spent the time letting them know and warning them of continued non-compliance and continued activity, now it's time to take some action. Because we have to protect what we're building. We have to protect this project here in New York. Believe it or not, everybody is watching New York State, as we are used to being in that familiar position, but also watching what it looks like when you roll out a market that starts with those small businesses, that starts with those folks who otherwise have been left out and left behind of opportunities like these when they normally come along. So at this time, I want to really point to our investigator team, led by Dan Hackney. I want to shout out again his efforts and his leadership in this moment. This team has gone around the state. They've interacted with these illicit operators. They've communicated them. They've treated them, with respect in the warning process. And now, as they go back out, they're seizing millions of dollars worth of illicit products that really pose a significant risk to our communities. This is a public health intervention. We are proud of the safe products that we have in the legal market, the tested products that we have in the legal market. We are concerned about the products that are flowing through the illicit market and the way that those products are being advertised and marketed, particularly to children. And so, as the governor said, we are taking swift action now. We have been seizing cannabis products, illicit cannabis, for the last several months. That has not been enough of a deterrent to shut these businesses down. And so I, again, thank the legislature and the governor for giving us this additional power to take the necessary action. This is not going to be the first update that we provide on our activities. The goal right now is closing these illicit shops down and opening more legal ones. And we're going to continue to drive full speed at both of those goals. We thank you for helping to be ambassadors of this message. We have a lot of licensees in the room. If you are a card licensee, please raise your hand or stand up so you can be recognized for being here and being a part of the solution. And as I close, I just have a quick message to you all. You all have been clamoring and asking, hey, I'm getting ready to open up, but I've got 5 illicit shops down my block. How am I going to be successful in this market, in this space that you all are creating, this opportunity you've given to me? If this was any other industry, you would have taken action before. Your success, my message to you, your success is our success. We need you to be successful. And so this action is also to ensure that you have the space that you need to operate and to provide New Yorkers with a safer, tested cannabis product. So thank you, Governor, again for the opportunity, and we'll be here for questions at the end.